Hello everyone, I am Korg. Welcome to the Skies of Icarus, a digital dungeons campaign. A big thank you to Syrinscape for providing the audio. Nothing is better for your campaign, whether in person or online. Enjoy!
Going live.
All right. Welcome to session 19 of the Skies of Icarus campaign. When last we left off with the Zoo Crew, our intrepid band of animal based adventurers, you had been searching for against this ancient map that Left Hand Jack had given you a few months ago that you felt might be connected somehow to some of these shady going ons within the Empire that you had encountered and these strange sigils that you had discovered in your time there. So, you mapped a course leaving the town of Grenthal in order to head towards the surface. And upon getting there, you know, it's a little bit harder to navigate airship in the surface. And also, they don't necessarily like airships at the surface level, as your Lapine Bard was able to illustrate there. A lot of towns are a little suspicious. They don't get a lot of surface to air traffic. It's usually just Empire people coming down, causes problems for them. So you guys had saw a town in the distance that seemed to be the closest town to where you're trying to navigate to, and you sailed in. It was a town of Salash. You tried to make contact with Left Hand Jack to let her know what was going on, but her transmission back to you was kind of garbled and it didn't come through entirely clear on setting up a rendezvous point. So you overnighted in the town of Salash, and you found out that this town has some serious problems going on. It's an old, faded town. The village has lots of old, whitewashed, dingy, like everything has this shade. And what you found most disturbing about the town was that the town of Salash apparently has an issue with Lapines, the rabbit folk that exist within the world. Apparently, they're treated as second class citizens, if even citizens at that. There used to be an old mining community for precious metals and gems, which the Empire is very fond of, and the surface world is the best place in order to get them. They're not as prevalent up in the Sky Islands. And the mines had run dry recently, and there was a warren of Lapine nearby, and the Empire had decided that they must have been either responsible for the mines or holding out on them. Perhaps they had gems and goods that they were hiding in their warren. So the Empire raided the warrens and destroyed their home there, forcefully ejecting them from their lifestyle and kind of scattering them to the wind at that point in time. And they didn't find any metals, but the rumor kind of spread around the town of Salash that the Lapine were at fault for the hardships that had come across the town because of the mines running dry, which had been the source of wealth and influence for this region. So Lapine now live in shanties and outskirts. They don't have very many rights. They're known as thieves, murderers. They kidnap people's children, according to the rumors on the street that you discovered. And everything's not, very good. So traveling with a Lapine, it proved very difficult to find accommodations, but the innkeeper at the local town by the name of the Crooked Cup was willing to give you accommodation as long as Belina stayed out of sight. You guys stayed the night, got a little rowdy. The next day, you got some provisions for the ship so you could head back out because you estimated it was going to be about a 2 week journey to get to where this temple was. You headed out to the temple. Uh, there was some drinking games involved the night before. Things got loaded up. A few arguments about some rum, but eventually Drazar was able to stock up on some rum supplies for the crew. You guys headed out to the temple. It wasn't long before you noticed that it was very difficult to maintain aerial lift the closer to the temple you got. And Johanna noticed that there were some strange going ons with the aether streams in the region. They all seemed to be kind of moving towards one central location, which is a very odd occurrence within the region. And so you kind of followed in on these aether streams, sailing on the ocean waters, which you're not very skilled at. Drazar thankfully had a lot of skill at that and was able to kind of take over. But you had a few accidents, mishaps, crashing into docks in the town, hitting into the waves a bit too hard. But you're able to come across this island in the middle of the ocean where all the aether streams seem to meet in some sort of strange maelstrom churning above this gargantuan building that seemed to funnel into this temple. As you landed upon the island, you gave some rum ration to your crew and went up where you met the temple guardian, a crazy old man by the name of Koze, who ranted and raved about visitors having come, having not seen people for a while, and now multiple visitors from multiple people coming to learn about the secrets of creation and unlock the secrets of creation and all these things. You discover this old pedestal within the Temple of the Primes that seemed to have 5 notches etched into it, written in an archaic form of primordial that you were able to decipher. Seemed to have something to do with the elements. You weren't able. There are 5 doors that ring this temple, but you were unable to open them. And reasoning out that perhaps these pieces within the pedestal might have something to do with the sigils that these strange followers are trying to track you down for, you reasoned that it was time to rendezvous with Left Hand Jack, who had left these sigils in her possession. You reached out, contacted her through your sending stones, and she told you to meet her in the town of Salash, and she would rendezvous with you there, or you could do updates. You returned back to your crew. They were drunk. They've been partying off rum. It looks like they had perhaps built a bonfire with some of the ship's spare supplies, perhaps in their drunkenness at the time. And you realized you weren't going to be able to set sail that night, so you camped out on the ship, and you awoke the following morning preparing to set sail from the Temple of the Primordials. And what do you do?
Uh, we could prepare the ship.
I'm gonna go to like the, or is it the bow? I guess I don't know. The front. That is the bow, right? Uh, but I'm of course gonna go to the front of the bow and just hey, everybody, listen. Come over and listen up real quick. Just real quick. So there are two things that we need to talk about. One, I don't know what happened last night while we were up there, but
Okay.
it looks like you used parts of the ship to light fires. Um, that will not be happening again. If that is the kind of stuff that you'll be doing, the replacement parts will be coming out of your guys' pay. And secondly, I think that this might have been because of the drinking. Also, if this is what is happening, we will no longer be able to serve alcohol rations while we are reported at isolated locations like this. So I would hope that in the future you'll use a little more common sense with what you're doing.
They appear appropriately chastised, very sheepish, eyes kind of cast down, looking at their feet, and they kind of mumble a little bit. They're like, "Aye, aye, Captain."
We will be heading back to Slosh, so I need everybody to make preparations for casting off.
They snap to it. They board up the boat real quick, start trimming the sails, getting everything ready so that you guys can set sail back into the turbulent waters surrounding the Temple Island. It doesn't take long for them to get ready to sail, and they await the order to disembark.
Uh, did you, hey, Johanna and Trezor, Felina, did you see that? Did you see what I think it worked.
Good job, Captain.
It did.
Yes,
Yes, worked very well.
Well, maybe they won't burn the ship next time.
Maybe not.
That
Ah,
would be
ah.
that would be nice. That would
It's
be
called
nice.
leadership. Good thing you put me in charge, huh? Clearly, that will never happen again, ever.
Understand why the Johnny Bot didn't stop burning parts. He's an engineer after all.
It's probably his idea.
You're
He'll
not
take it out of
sure.
his pay next time we have to get parts.
You're not sure if Johnny's capable of getting drunk, but he was partying with your fellow shipmates.
That's
He
what we
was in
get.
charge.
That's what we get for leaving him in charge for one day.
One day.
All right, is everybody here ready to go? Are we
Yes,
ready to cast?
I'm ready.
All right.
Yes, yes. Uh, I turn and I look at the at Johan and I was like, you, your magic. Do you know spell for wind? Maybe push sails, get us home faster.
Nothing that'll speed us up overly much.
You don't you don't have a gusty wind spell?
Gust is a very simple cantrip. It's not going to speed us up very much at all.
Ah, it will.
What? Like, like this?
So, Johanna,
It pushes an object that weighs less than 5 pounds up to 10 feet away. It's not going to do much for us.
Johanna, as a seventh level storm sorcerer, you do have a class feature known as Storm Guide, which allows you to subtly control the weather around you. If it's raining, you can use an action to cause the rain to stop falling within a 20-foot radius sphere centered on you. Additionally, if it's windy, you can use a bonus action to choose the direction that the wind blows in a 100-foot radius sphere centered on you, and the wind will continue to blow in that direction until the end of your next turn, but we're out of combat. So it will alter the speed of the wind, but you could control to make sure that the winds always
How
fill
did
your
I miss
sails.
that? How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, there. It said storm guide. Well,
Literally.
scratch what she just said, because yeah, I forgot that I read that one. Storm guide is at level 6, and I hadn't used it yet. Well, in that case, consider us accelerated.
You're better
Oh,
at
oh.
sea sailing than you thought.
Oh no, you're steering. I'm just helping.
So go ahead and make a water vehicles check, Drazar. As Johannan focuses her efforts on controlling the wind to keep the sails full, to push you forward as
Does he get
quickly as possible.
advantage because I'm at least making sure the wind's coming from the right direction for him?
You won't have advantage on the check, but you will move more efficiently in the water based upon the fact that you have the windy sails. So 15. So you managed to successfully navigate the ship away from the island. The waters aren't too choppy here. It's dark, overcast skies. Normally, things would kind of be tossing you around a little bit, but with Johannan controlling the winds around you, she kind of whips it around, pushes it into the sails, and you guys get that extra little oomph to help you guide you along your way as she summons her majestical storm magic that makes her an expert navigator at the sea. As you guys set out with the wind at your back, you notice a remarkable difference in the ability to get to where you're wanting to go. even without the wind necessarily being any faster, just the fact that your sails are always full and you're not having to cut constantly to try to capture the wind and being able to control that, you estimate that instead of taking 2 weeks, you could easily chop off 3 or 4 days on your journey just from having the wind within your sails. And it makes the travel a lot easier going. It doesn't take long, a few days. You kind of start to leave the gist of that main kind of tumultuous temple zone and start to kind of enter more into the open waters where the aether begins to kind of infuse more how you're used to. Whereas around the temple, it's very difficult for the ship to fly. You feel after a couple days that you can probably try to take flight again if you wanted to.
Uh, but if we take flight again, we're just going to have to try and do one of the water landings that we had so much
You
trouble
would,
with,
yes.
and because we have to approach the town by water. So, wouldn't it be safer to not try and break by taking off and then landing in the water again?
Yeah, but it took us 2 weeks to get here by the air.
Well, I mean, we did have our several of our spare parts were used in a bonfire, so we probably don't want to attempt landing on the water again.
Well, what are we gonna do about food? Because we only bought a month worth.
We'll just have to restock when we get back to the town again. We have
Well,
enough to get us back.
It'll be tight, but as long as we watch our rations, we should be okay. Because we bought a month, it was what, 2 out and 2 back, less than 2 back because of the wind.
I
So what do you guys want to do?
I I not navigator is not my choice. I just brought suggestion, just so ship does not fall apart and Belina end up stuck in water.
I think we should ask
Wet
the captain.
wet bunny not fun.
As I come walking up.
How is it's Korg's decision. Korg, shall we take to the air and then attempt to land again in time to pull up to the dock, or shall we just stay on the water?
Uh,
Well,
I kind of like to take to the air for faster travel, but also that last time that we landed was very not good.
well, if we go in the air, it'll be faster, but we risk hurting the ship. If we go by sea, the ship will be safer, but we risk starving.
We're not close
Uh,
to starving. We have enough to survive.
I would rather take the risk of
We
not not landing safely than to not eating safely. I want food.
well,
Why?
we
Why
we,
think we?
we took 2 weeks to get here.
But
We only bought a month worth of food, so we have 2 weeks worth of food left, and that's if we travel by air.
he said it would be 2 weeks back, and we were going to save 3 to 4 days because of the wind. Or is that only if we take back to the air with the wind?
So you can naturally travel faster in the air than by sea. With the wind at your back, traveling by sea is not as bad as it would be traditionally because you can manipulate that in order to push yourself along a little bit better. You could probably still get back within 2 weeks if you stayed traveling via the sea, but the time savings would be only if you took to the air again.
So basically, the time saving for using Storm Guide would be the equivalent of the advantage we're getting in speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but you won't starve to death
So
if
either,
you stay on the sea.
yeah.
You'll just get there in 2 weeks instead of a week and a half. But if you take to the air, you'll get there in like a week and a half.
And we explain that to Korg.
I have the perfect solution for this. I have the perfect solution. I take out like a gold coin, and I'm sure it's marked on one side of something and marked with one side on the other.
One
Like
side
something different.
has the profile of the emperor, and the other side has the coat of arms of the Empire.
All right, if you look at this picture right here, there's this Empire guy. He's on there on the one side. On the other, he's not. We'll flip it into the air, right? Because this is how all captains make decisions that are smart, is by the flip of a coin, and that will decide how we are going to travel. Is everyone okay?
Okay.
Sure, Cap.
If we did, Captain, I want to point out, like, if you find that you didn't like the good result, that means you really wanted the other one.
Okay, okay. Are you ready? And I flip the coin and catch it, or attempt to catch it, I guess. But I catch.
Make a dex check.
Just a flat dex, I guess. Just ability.
Yeah, just roll flat dex. You flip the coin in the air and then watch as it falls and slowly move your hand as it hits the deck and bounces and rolls around. And then eventually it falls flat upon the deck. So roll me a d2, which would be slash die 1d2. It lands Empire side up, which means what?
We never established that before.
I know you did it.
There we go. Look, it is on the Emperor side. That's our answer.
Okay,
What's that mean?
do it again and decide what it means.
No, it's the head is up. That means that the head is up.
But are we going by water or by air? That was the question. Which one associates to what?
Oh, you didn't. We didn't do that part. I don't play this game a lot. It's not very. You don't. It's the head is up. That's so. Heads means the skies, right? Or do I redo this?
You can't decide after the fact, Captain.
Oh, okay. Then I'll flip another coin, and I pick it up again and go to flip.
But decide which is going to be by sky and which is going to be by
Oh.
water.
Oh,
Before
right, right. You're smart. That's why you are here. Okay. We'll say that this side with the head, that is all in the air, and the side on the other one that all those words or pictures that's not the head,
Picture.
that will be not in the air. And I flip it again.
This is the coat of arms for the Emperor or the
Oh.
Empire.
The picture with all the hooks is water, because that's where hooks belong.
Okay, roll 1d2. It lands on the side with the coat of arms.
All right, the coat of arms of the coin. We're going. What were we going to do with that
That's
one?
water, Captain.
Oh yes, because the hooks. You're right. The hooks and the water. We'll take to the waters.
Aye, aye.
Okay. Belina, we'll go around and check the ropes to make sure everyone's safe and secure on the voyage. Because when sailing on water, you don't want people fall in water.
Oh,
Okay,
since
what were you gonna say?
since we've decided that, I have two items we never really decided what to do with. I think.
Okay.
We had the Staff of Four Seasons and Dagger of the Ogre Mage. I have them both on my list, but I don't know remember what we decided with them.
I believe you were keeping the Staff of the Four Seasons because
Healy.
Johannan had the robe of the Stormlords already.
Okay. I can only attune to one more item is basically what I'm getting at. So if somebody wants the Dagger of the Ogre Mage.
No. What we need to do We owe Jack some of the loot. Perhaps maybe we give her this.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Just
But also
Makes
just
sense.
remember. I mean,
for
sorry.
reference.
Also just remember, somebody should read this and find out if they actually want it before we decide to hand it over, because this might actually benefit some of our stuff.
I yeah.
Ah,
Um.
ah! Stop!
So
I'm
I
trying to
haven't
read.
mentioned it before, but for those who are curious, the special homebrew items that come with fancy artwork, such as this, are courtesy of the Griffin's Saddlebag, which I am a patron of, and I slowly feed stuff into the game that I like, but I'm like a month behind. But he comes up with new stuff every day.
Wait, scrolls
That's pretty
aren't
cool.
consumed when cast from the sword?
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up because it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, in Korg's mind, we just get rid of it. But if somebody actually legitimately thinks they could use this and it would be good, you probably should.
Wow, that is actually really, really nice. It's finesse, light, and magic.
It's a magic short sword that you can load cantrip scrolls into in order to gain the ability to cast those cantrips. And the sword, once you cast a cantrip from it, takes the damage type of that cantrip for 1 minute.
So if I cast, say, if I had a even though I can cast vicious mockery, right, on my own as a bard, if I had a scroll of vicious mockery and I cast vicious mockery through the vein, I'd have a sword that did psychic damage.
Yes.
Ouch, says the barbarian.
I think you just broke the bard.
Don't like them.
The bard is extremely intrigued.
I
Hang
hand
on, how many attunement slots do?
we get 3.
Right, but I'm trying to
You're
figure out what
currently
items.
only attuned to your Cloak of Boundless Spirit.
I will just gingerly take that
Here
and
you go.
start. How do I make a scroll of vicious mockery?
So,
I'm
Good
not.
question.
What is the maximum that you can be attuned to?
3. So you'll
3?
see
Okay.
on your inventory sheet, there's a thing for attunement. And so, like right
Yeah, I
now,
just noticed that. I hadn't seen that before, so I went ahead and I clicked on the stuff that I've always acted as it has been attuned to me.
So my
yeah,
I
my
think I'm
smooth
at 2.
my moon swaddled armor doesn't require attunement.
it does not. And this Cloak of Many Fashions doesn't require attunement for you, Johannan. So I think,
Nice. So I'm at 1 too then.
yeah, you're just at the 1.
Okay.
So when you
So
get 3, if you check 3, for example, it'll change everything to a red, like, no symbol. So that means you know you're maxed out attunement.
okay, so I guess if I'm taking
Nice.
that, it needs added to my
Well,
inventory.
yeah, I still wouldn't take it even if the bard wasn't interested in it. Can you see Johannan actually getting close enough to fight somebody?
Alright, so the dagger is going to Belina. That is done. Boom.
All right, so
Uh,
it should be in my inventory then.
Yep.
it. We still need to come up with what we're giving Jack as the portion of her.
Why do I not see it? Oh, there it is. And then 2 takes a short rest to attune to that, but
We haven't really
we'll have
taken
plenty of time.
on all that much loot other than the spell stuff that we've attuned to us, have we?
Yeah, so it'd
Um,
really just be money stuff,
we
or
would
we'd
just
have to.
have to account for how much these things are worth, and
Right.
then give her money in equivalent to how much these things are worth.
I have 1 diamond and 1 moonstone. I think they're worth at least a little bit of money.
Now I have I have fire opal can give, and uh, and money. We has much money still. So we just have to figure out how to account for 5 items
Yeah.
and then determine the percentage need go to Jack. Who's good at the maths?
Oh, I'm great at math. You can put the map, if you put it on this table here, I can look right at it and tell you right where.
No, not map. Math. Maths. Math.
I don't know what words you're saying right now.
The counting.
Oh, to count. No, don't have me do that.
No, me neither. I'm not very good at that. Looks to the two sorcerers.
I can tell you how to get to 10.
I'm trying to find. We used to have a note on how much exactly we owed her per. But I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I stopped
No.
taking notes
Oh,
because
it's
I've
in. It's
been
in
a
story.
zillion times.
Is it in story?
Yeah, 10% of all earnings
So 10%. Um, of
is in
earnings.
story, not notes.
We gave her 10% of buying ship. What?
I don't know how much that dagger is worth, but I have this diamond and I have this moonstone.
And I has
I
a
think
fire
the
opal.
diamond is worth many much monies. I think that will
But
suffice for.
I don't think it's worth the same amount as dagger.
It only needs to be worth 10 of the daggers.
No, 10 a percentage of.
1/10 of the dagger. 1/10 of the dagger. 10 of
Can
them would be
can
the
you hold the
would
dagger
need to
up
be the
for me?
equivalent of the dagger.
Well,
Looking at the
hold the
dagger.
dagger up.
That's.
Let
I
me see.
don't
Let
think
me.
that's the way.
I want to hold the diamond against the dagger. It's probably that much size.
That's not quite the way finances work, Cord.
How about we ask Captain Jack when we get there?
But
We ask her how much we owe her. Hey, were you keeping tabs of how much money we made last couple of months? We haven't
That
seen you in a
No,
really long.
we just present what we found, and then she assesses what 10% is.
What if she decides, I like that staff, or ooh, that sword is very good? Then you won't have that sword, and I'm not going to fight her. She has a
Well,
very short person who can push you off cliffs.
she is the captain of my captain.
I still like the idea of just giving her the diamond and the uh, other thing that I had that I forgot what it was. It's a moonstone.
And I
hey,
give fire opal and
DM, do we have a in your notes when you gave out everything? Do you have a what the sale equivalent would be of the items that we found?
I do not.
That way we
well,
could
You
kind of
found a
ballpark
lot
it.
all right.
very powerful magic
Let's put this
items.
in a more
Because we
D and
have
D
a
esque
this
sense. What what tech would we need to make an appraisal
Wait,
on an
do we
item?
still have the floating ship?
yeah
Yeah,
that
Yes.
We
I
give
don't
her
I
that.
don't
That has to be worth lots of money.
That's a good point.
That
that
could
Put her
possibly
in the
settle
battle.
your day,
that
yeah.
would be an option.
Yeah, that we
We could
that would
offer
be a
her
very
that.
good one. Yeah. What if we give her the little ship that goes on land really fast, like twice or three times even faster than this.
I like that.
It's not like it's something we're going to use much of. I think,
I mean, I
and it
I'm
would
agree.
be adding to her supplies,
it
her
comes
fleet.
for
Sorry.
me it comes to this: do I want to ride in a fast boat, or do I want her to chop off my hand? And I kind of want to keep my hand a little bit,
Uh, uh,
most.
But back to the out of character question. What check would be for an appraisal? I don't even.
You need to buy a
Would I fall
skill.
into a skill? Would that be insight? Would that be
Maybe investigation.
investigation's more to
I don't know.
search for
I know
something? It's
3.5 had an appraisal skill. I don't know what
right. I want
5e would be. Our
I want to say insight would be, or history maybe.
I don't know because insight's wisdom based, and I feel
But
like
you had
appraising.
maybe a history check or an arcana check for magic
Maybe an
items.
arcana check for magic item.
All right, because yeah, there is no appraisal skill anymore. So I don't.
I'm not sure.
This is definitely something we need to figure out for future use
You would
because
probably use tools or something like if you had a
I don't.
jeweler's kit, you could appraise gems, uh,
Right,
kind of deal. Maybe just a flat intelligence check,
straight
and if you get,
intelligence.
and if you've got an associated tool or skill, argue for why that should be valid. And I'll probably give
Cork.
it to you because I've had two double rums tonight.
Quark has seen many magic items in his time, and I am sure that that roll will suffice.
I'm sure Cork could make a check disadvantage for Cork.
Oh,
Disadvantage
even
intelligence
better.
check.
The last one was too high. Oh no, that was better. Never.
Okay, so
No, but actually, let somebody else roll. That was a joke. Quark's just fucking stupid. He's not actually trying to do it.
let's see. So let's see. We're gonna go. You said just straight intelligence then, or
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
want the arcana for the
You
magic
can
item?
you can throw in Arcana because they're magic item.
Okay, we'll do
yeah,
arcana.
Why
almost everything we've acquired since the last time we saw Jack
Oh god
was
damn it.
most of it was had some sort of magical principle, or I completely forgot about it because it wasn't important because it wasn't magic. I think Belina knows exactly how much we owe Jack. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so
These items
let's
have to be worth at least 20 whole gold pieces.
let's do a quick some quick calculations here based upon what you guys have found.
So let's see. There's
Somebody make note. I'm gonna list off some rarities here, and then so uncommon, uh, rare. Just track how much
Who?
each of these are for me while I go through.
Yeah,
okay.
who
What
is
are you?
who is actually taking the notes? Because I don't
Uh,
I,
have
made
I got
one.
it. I
anything.
got it. I got it. Yeah, I'm running it in my notes
All right.
portion. So
oh, you got a
yeah.
note. Okay, all right,
Okay.
cool. That works. I was like, I
Uncommon.
can't do multiple lines.
Uncommon. It should be three uncommons. Uh, come on. Oh,
My
I already have this open.
Staff of Four Seasons is very rare, apparently.
Yeah, very rare. Robe of the Stormlords. I already listed that. So it should be two rare, three uncommons, and one very rare right now. And then give me a second. One more uncommon. You guys don't have that one yet. You guys had this before you made the deal with Jahanan.
Well, I don't think my mall counts.
You had that before. It's
Yeah,
just
the mall
for
came.
some reason it wasn't shared out, so I just shared
Okay,
it out.
but I did
I'm
get
sharing
my.
everything that I've given to you guys because they weren't marked as shared. Another
Okay.
rare.
Okay.
I think that's everything you guys have gotten.
Okay, so that's 4 uncommon, 3 rare, and 1 very rare.
Alright. So, according to Xanathar's guide, you said. Let me open a calculator.
So I think
Yeah.
4 uncommon, 3
Four
rare,
uncommon, three rare,
yeah,
one very
and
rare.
1 very rare.
So, the base price for the four uncommons is 1,600. And
Is that
then
combined or each?
that's combined.
Okay,
How many rares?
3
Three.
rare.
That would be 12,000 total for the rares, and then one very rare.
Yes.
That's 40,000 for that.
So we're looking at
Do we have enough to get
40,
I mean, she only needs
43,600.
10% of that.
10% of that is 4,300.
And I would argue that that airship is absolutely worth that much. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
Yeah,
think
Korg
yeah,
that
doesn't
would.
know.
or probably
Korg doesn't
more,
know,
but
yeah.
Yeah, I would think it would be above and over our
Isn't
10%.
the airship
Yep.
itself something that we acquired as a treasure technically?
I
It
mean,
is.
it's still loot. We took it off some
So
dead
it
bodies.
is totally
So
loot. So 10% of the airship's value at least too. Then on top of that, um,
The airship
But
will
then again,
cover
without that
that and
ship,
then
we would.
some. Because you're also not
yeah.
counting, the gold and gems you found and stuff. The airship will cover that. The airship's worth
Okay.
quite a bit more than 4 or 5,000.
Perfect.
So we
Then
might even have
the
we might even have a credit with her if we can negotiate that.
we'll discuss it with her when we get to her. Yeah. But
Oh,
also,
Connie.
while we're just drifting along in the water, can I be fishing for some food?
Sure.
Are we getting ready to have tacos?
Uh, I was going to feed my snake, but yeah, we'll also feed the crew with all of my yummy tacos.
Okay.
I
Uh,
Belino will go ahead and use a enhance ability to increase his survival for wisdom, I guess it would be, on Korg for that. Just because, oh my gosh. So control, click.
And my survival's actually, or my wisdom's not bad. It's my intelligence that blows.
I know, but I'm gonna give you advantage.
I understand. I love
so
it. Thank you.
you're really good at
Truly
fishing,
appreciated.
not so good at cooking and preparing the fish.
You just
Well,
wait until you
cooking is
taste my
also
tacos.
survival.
They are the best tacos
That's
you'll
true.
ever taste.
Effect. I did not mean to double click that.
all it does
Oh,
when you double click is, I think
say it already exists. Okay. All right.
you have to put it back on.
It undid it.
Hmm
Removing. Okay, so I gotta click it.
If you double click it, it removes it if it has the same effect.
There we go. All right, there you go.
All right, I'm going to go fish now.
That is a
I don't
second
know
level.
if that counts. It probably doesn't because I have that ability to just gather food. But since we're not gathering, this is actual fishing. I don't know how that works.
It's just a survival check.
Yeah.
Is it survival check then?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's with advantage. It ought to do it for me.
It should auto. Yeah.
Ah!
Woo!
Thank you for that advantage. The other was a 5.
Your fishing is proving rather effective, and you're able to rope in quite a bit of fish as you go along. Several very large fish.
Worry about food anymore.
Yeah, I got this. I'll take care of us. I will always provide for my crew.
Leaves more vegetables for me. Um.
So several large fish, you said?
Yeah.
So, in order to cook the fish, since we don't want to have a fire on the boat,
I mean, there's got to be some sort of like
I mean,
cooking station type setup.
I'll just
There is there. If you look on your map, there's a little kitchenette area
oh,
for
that's right.
cooking
There is.
purposes.
Never mind. There is.
Oh yeah,
We're good.
I thought to include that when I built that map. You're welcome.
Never mind. I completely forgot about we have a cooking area. So
Yeah, you have
go
a cook.
the
You
fish
hired
too.
a cook.
We
We
did.
did hire.
Yes, we did. Wait, I thought we had.
Is he on our crew roster?
Oh no, one of you agreed
I
that you
don't
would be the cook.
remember-
Oh, I got this. I am the best at cooking.
You have advantage on that check too currently.
Okay. I'm gonna make fish tacos, but also specifically give some to Rumpelstiltskin in hopes that maybe that will suffice.
Yeah,
No survival check.
he'll eat the fish.
Good. Okay, so he's not starving. All right. Um, what do I do for cooking this fish now?
It's also survival.
Okay, that's another 20. I was prepared for tacos today.
Wow.
I'm wasting all my 20s, guys. Stop having me
You
roll.
are giving Phil Tacos a run for his money right now. There is you being part turtle gives you some sort of special super connection with these fish, and you're just like wham, wham, bam. People just hear you down there like boom, 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 and it's the most flavorful, tasty, and amazing tacos you've ever
I,
had.
I get that reel back and that little bit of a across the fish. Just drop the salt. All right, perfect. Everybody, fish tacos they are ready. And go around handing out fish tacos to people.
Belina just nods, having done her part, and then goes to eat some carrots and salad and nuts.
I dig right in.
They are way better than Phil's tacos. These are the best fish tacos you've ever had. It's surprising how good uh, Korg was able to create these amazing tacos.
Captain, here's what we should do. We set up a rival business in the Empire, and we take down the Empire with fish tacos.
Ooh, I like this idea. We can start in Talash. We'll just buy like a food vendor thing, and then we'll expand, and then we can buy out Phil's tacos, shut them down, and then there'll only be Korg's tacos. That doesn't sound as good.
You still have a lot of vouchers for Phil's tacos too.
Right?
Yeah, I easily have like another like I think I spent 200 gold on credit. I don't remember anymore.
Oh, we shut them down with health code violations.
I think that the only reason these taste so good is the fish were freshly caught today. But now Rumpelstiltskin is taken care of, and I just kind of scratch under his chin.
If snakes could purr, he would purr from contentment.
All right, let's continue sailing on forward. And do we have agreed that Jack will take the ship for payment?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you're pretty confident that Jack will take the ship for payment.
Perfect. All right. Once it starts getting later and night, not night like dark night rolls around, but like sun's starting to go down, and they start lighting lanterns or whatever it is around the deck. Uh, I'm gonna just call over the few maybe deckhand or uh, some of us up here who aren't currently like piloting or navigating or whatever it is working on the ship, just the stragglers. Would anybody like to play a couple rounds of dice?
Of course!
Dice would be very fun. You have a chance to win lots and lots of money.
Belina just shakes her head.
Johannin just double checks our heading.
Double checks what?
Double checks the heading, as in
Okay.
anything to look busy.
Did
Okay.
you walk away from your microphone? You sound really muffled.
Is that better?
No.
Still a little muffled.
I have no idea.
I don't know what happened. You were nice, loud, and clear earlier. Now you're just not. But
Does anybody want to gamble? Let's have some fun. You can give me all of your money and I won't even get.
The majority of the crew is busy working, and nobody really takes you up on your offer because they're busy trying to keep the boat going.
I was gonna say that I was only gonna grab a couple scragglers that weren't working.
You have a very small crew that meets kind of the minimum to keep the ship going.
Okay.
So the couple people who aren't currently actively engaged are sleeping below decks in order to rest up so you can keep shifts going constantly for your movement.
Okay.
So it's just you and Drazar.
And Johnny, right? I'm gonna take his money for screwing
Yeah,
us over.
Johnny too.
Burning our stuff.
Johnny, I feel like Johnny's a gambling man. So
Belina just goes and leans on the railing and just kind of stares out. And not much.
Hey, Drazar, do you want to roll some dice?
Sure thing.
First, you have to put water in this cup for me.
Okay. I don't know why. Good thing you're always hydrated, you know?
Yes, hydrated. And then it's, you know, and then we gamble. Let's go. All right, I don't remember how we did this last time, but this time we're gonna roll because it's a set of bone dice. It's gonna be probably 2d6.
Okay.
And we'll say I have no idea. Snake Eyes is obviously some form of a win.
What are we putting down?
I'll put down uh, I'll put down 5 gold pieces.
Okay. I'll do the same.
What are we doing here? It's just highest roll wins, or
Highest roll wins. Snake Eyes always loses.
Snake Eyes always wins. I feel like Snake Eyes.
Oh.
Snake Eyes always wins.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Snake Eyes is an auto win, and then after that it's just the highest roll.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. I'll go first. And then you can roll after me.
Got it.
All right, here we go. It didn't take, but it was a 7, a 5, and a 2. I don't know why it's not appearing.
What?
I rolled it in the freaking trade. It still didn't show up. Oh, you beat me. I only rolled this. All right. That's
Wait.
that's okay. That's okay.
Johnny's got to roll.
Okay.
He got a 4 and a 2.
All right. So Drazar takes this round. I lose 5 gold.
Whew.
All right. No. I can do this one more time for double the monies. So it's 10 gold pieces on this roll.
Alright.
Are you ready? I did not win.
Johnny got a 3 and a 2.
That
Ooh.
means the Drazar is winning again.
It does.
I
Got
feel
nothing,
like he's
Captain.
cheating. He's cheating. He's using fake cheating dice. Or my dice,
using
but I
your
still feel
dice.
like he's cheating. Yeah. You're cheating. Hold on. You know what? You roll first on this one, and this time it's worth 7 gold more.
Alright. 17 gold.
Did it roll?
Yeah.
Oh, there, right.
You got a 9 again.
All right. Well,
Tie.
Johnny got a 5 and a 2.
Johnny's out.
all right. It's between you and me, you cheating bird.
Do I go
Let's do
again?
this. Yes, you go first this time. Because you're a cheater and I don't trust you anymore. Fuck! You're a loser and I win.
What is that?
Get fucked, I win.
That's not even the same thing.
I won. You cheated. That was fair and square.
Oh,
You notice, roll a sleight of hand check, Corey.
Okay.
What's your passive perception?
It's got to be higher than 13.
I'm sure it is.
I don't remember where to look for it.
It's a 14.
Skills.
It's a 14.
Okay.
So you see Korg, he kind of sweeps up these bone dice, and then suddenly you watch he puts them like in his pocket, and he pulls out this pair of like black dice. They're a completely different color, and he tosses them out, and he gets a total of 30. And he's just like, the same dice.
I'm winning. That's my money.
You can't even get higher than 12! What are you doing?
Where did you learn to count at? The counting school or something? That's I won. You're just a sore loser.
If you say so.
Should be a total of 21 gold, right? Because it was 7 gold on that roll.
Oh, no, it was... I mean, if Johnny's using his gold...
Everybody bet 17 on that one.
Yeah.
It was
More than
17?
the last time.
I had
Yeah.
said 7.
You said 7
My
more.
bad.
You said
Oh,
7,
okay, 7
on top of the old, so that would be 34
Alright,
gold.
17, baby. Or 17 times 3. Korg's not stupid, or Korg's pretty stupid, but so is Harold, and I don't actually know.
34.
That's not 17 times 3?
No, you
wouldn't
don't count
get
your
back-
own gold.
You don't count your
I
own
get
gold,
it
you only
back.
count what you win.
Well, I already subtracted it.
Oh, I was... You do that at
Alright,
the
I'm
end.
just... Yeah, my bad. Look, I am playing Korg to the best of my ability, which means that now Harold is fucking stupid. Leave me...
Your method acting?
Yes.
Cheating
It
captain.
looks like it doesn't take much acting in this case.
So I just pulled up a calculator. Just pulled up a calculator and typed plus 34 and looked at the answer. I'm like, wait a minute, it still says 34. Where's all my gold?
Cheater.
I just need to know what it's late. It's late and I'm not stupid, you are.
It's literally earlier for you than any.
Shut up.
I mean, it's freaking. What time is it? It's 1:50 where I am in the afternoon.
Different for you. Okay, it's earlier for him. Everybody else is later than you. It's like it's midnight or later for the rest of.
Shut up. Leave me alone. It's just like plus 34. Why is it just 34? I should have way more gold than this.
It seems
Alright.
it seems like you don't have to stretch very much to act like Korg.
I don't. That's the best part. That's why I play low intelligent characters, so I don't have to roleplay. I just be myself. Alright, so I figured it out eventually.
Tested.
So I have my... Alright. We're good. We're done. I come out on top because you're losers! I'm going to take my gold winnings for the night and go party all night with my mug that gives me alcohol.
You're a cheater.
What'd you call me?
A cheater.
Listen here, bird. I rolled fair and...
With fake dice.
They were real dice. They just weren't the same.
He never established in the rules for the die rolling that you have to roll the same dice every time.
Yeah, don't be such a
He just
sore
said,
loser.
Roll dice. Snake Eyes Auto wins.
Or Auto loses. Snake Eyes Auto.
Next
loses.
time, maybe you spend a little more time trying to roll 2 snake eyes.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
I feel so retarded right now. I'm done.
And as you guys settle in for the night and the coming weeks, before long, you see the whitewashed buildings of Salash upon the horizon.
Can we go ahead and get that long rest somewhere in there so I can reset my spells?
Yeah.
Yeah, my health needs to come up a whole, like, 8 points.
And as you approach the city of Salash, you see nestled at one of its docks a large, streamlined vessel ebony boards with crimson sails bedecking it. You, as you slowly approach closer, you see etched along the side the text, "The Crimson Hand," which you recognize as Left Hand Jack's uh, primary vessel. And go ahead and roll me a vehicle's water handling check, Jazar, to see how well you do on the dock. You notice as you're approaching,
Wait,
several dock workers start screaming and crying out, running from the docks that you're approaching, just trying to get away as far as possible, like, ah, they're back! Run! Run! Oh my god! Get off the docks! Get off the docks! And
We're coming!
as they rush off the dock, that you slowly you saddle right up next to it, perfectly navigating in. Johanan cuts the wind from the sails, and you drift over and toss the mooring line onto the dock and tie up successfully with no insane uh, crashes there. All right. Welcome back from our midstream break to our Skies of Icarius campaign, where our adventurous zoo crew had just managed to come ashore at the town of Salash.
So
For
before we go into the town, Belina will go ahead and pull up her hood, utilize her. Holy shit, that map's big. To try and not look bunny-ish. She's
okay,
gonna try and hide herself a little bit. So
Which pier did we pull up to?
you guys pull up to this kind of northern most pier here. The Crooked Cup Tavern here, down in the south a bit, and Left Hand Jack is on this. Her ship is on this pier next to yours. Uh,
so can I do a deception or something in order to try and not look like a bunny for a while,
yeah,
hiding in my cloak or whatever? All right.
yeah.
Uh, ah, okay.
You toss the cloak up, covering with your hood. Wear some spare gloves to hide your furry hands. And manage to cover up your body well enough where you just look like a very slim, very petite female of possibly non-rabbit type origin, as long as you keep that hood up.
Yay.
Uh, Korg's gonna. I've been looking up seafaring commands. So you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Give me 1 second. All right, it's shit. I lost it. All right, at very least, it's hoist the sails.
Hoist the sails!
Yes, hoist the sails.
Hoist the sails!
Haul the lines.
Haul the lines!
Drop the anchor.
Drop the anchor!
I don't know if you're supposed to anchor in port or not, but we did. So,
You're not.
but we did. I don't know.
Hey,
Korg would know though, so Korg calls out what he's supposed to.
would Cork know?
I feel like he's been on a ship enough. He probably knows.
Does he?
He
Does
has a
he?
sailing background.
That is true. But is Sky
Well, your
sailing-
background's outlet.
Yeah, but I mean, it was Outlander because I was sailing, and then
I mean, you sailed a lot, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a good sailor.
I mean, yeah, that wasn't a good anything really.
The
Drop
crew
it.
snaps to. they bring everything. They tie off the mooring lines. They kind of look at you confused. They drop the anchor. They're like, whatever the captain says, we're gonna do, and they obey orders quite quickly. They don't want to get hit by a mall or something.
Did
So,
we put our ship with the bow towards the shore or away from the shore?
oh, you guys pulled straight in. The bow is pointing towards the shore and everything.
Okay. So which side is our anchor on? I'm assuming the right.
The right.
Oh, so
if you look at the
it just hits
picture,
the dock.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, if you look at the image of your ship,
Belina just looks from underneath the edges of her hood at Korg, like.
The little.
Look, I looked up all the commands.
Yeah,
so
it's on
I
the right
could
side.
Actually, call the stuff out properly.
No, I love it.
If it's on the right side and we pulled in with our rear towards the shore, we're fine because it's still on the right side of the
No,
boat.
we put
the
bow towards the shore.
Bro, I don't know what bow means. I only looked
front.
up words. I didn't know.
that was the front. You put front
Okay.
towards the shore.
Okay. There we go. Then yeah.
It's important to note we're Air Force.
So is port or
Navy.
port or starboard on the side of the dock?
I mean, at least.
Yeah, we're on the proper side that the anchor goes into.
The boat next to us. Either the anchor goes into Jack's boat or it goes into the dock.
Boat or the dock. All right, forget. Belay the anchor command.
Belay the anchor command.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I remembered that one, so that I caught it before the anchor hits. We're fine.
You managed to successfully not damage any of the docks in Salash this time.
Yes, we did it. All right, and then Drazar, I need you to give the crew their briefings before going into town.
Okay.
You're the talkative one. Tell them what they can and can't do in town so that we don't end up,
Okay.
giving the plague to the entire town again.
Oh yeah. Everyone gather round.
The
Very
crew
comfortable, Clark.
snaps to and rushes over to where you're at.
Everyone here. You are soon to be on liberty, but remember, it does not mean that you can go crazy. I look directly at the crazy ones. They know who they are.
Which ones do you consider the crazy ones?
Kira.
Okay, so you just look straight at Kira.
Yeah.
She smiles. She's like,
yeah. If you go gambling, do not gamble more than 50 gold out of any one individual. Because
I can tell you have a skewed sense of economics because you guys are so rich from selling that galleon. 50 gold is more than anybody in this town probably makes in like 5 years.
Well, that's how we feel. So, also, make sure to be prepared and not spread yourself all over town.
Okay, Drazar, let's.
Kira. World's worst weekend safety briefing.
Johanan, where are you? Johanan!
Johanan appears to be busy getting things together in the back.
Belina! Where's Belina?
What? No, this is.
Belina's just sitting there, just chuckling in the background.
Everyone is dismissed. Have fun.
If anything, if we are not responsible for paying you for your debt, so please stay out of trouble.
Yes, what the captain said is true. Also, we need one person to stay behind in shifting rotations.
Johnny volunteers.
Ooh, perfect, Johnny.
Is it? He burned all of our supplies last time. We have to replace those. All right,
The
Johnny, you stay here. We'll go deal with Jack.
the trader store is here.
Okay.
Traders.
So as you guys disembark Amethyst Sky and head onto the deck, an kind of middle-aged, somewhat portly gentleman rushes up to you. He's flanked by like two or three kind of burly-looking dock workers, and he rushes up. He's like, "Oi, which one of you is the captain here?
That is me. I am the captain.
Well, you owe us for repairs to the docks from the last time you were in town.
That was.
You rammed your ship right into our dock.
I didn't
Looks
see
at
any
bird person.
damages. How much? How much is the repairs?
It's gonna cost 20 gold.
For wood?
And labor, repair,
And
the
then
nails
the
to nail
100%
everything
markup?
together.
Alright, that comes out of the Czar's pocket.
What?
Belina agrees.
What?
You turned the ship into it! The Czar, pay the man! And I walk away.
I grip my teeth because this is the second
I
time.
believe Drazar always
Oh, yes.
follows orders, even if he thinks they're wrong.
I do, and that's why I'm gritting my teeth and paying the man.
He holds out his hand, and takes the money, and then nods. He's like, "See that you don't wreck our dock when you leave this time."
I'll make sure to.
Isn't there a dock fee? Does that not cover just in case of damages too?
Doesn't cover wrecking an entire dock. You're not supposed to crash ship into the dock.
We only hurt a little bit of it. It wasn't the whole thing.
The entire pillar had to be replaced.
You sound like you just replaced the whole thing on our dime because you could, not because you had to.
He grits his teeth as he looks at you, and he kind of walks away and muttering under his breath. He's like, "Maybe turtle and bird people are as bad as those frickin' rabbits. Should outlaw them as well."
I paid you.
Johanna hands Razar 10 gold. Like, I'm normally the one who docks. I just don't know how to do it down here. You're out of practice.
All right. Belina's going to wander off.
Was my mic acting up, or did you catch that, Razar?
We caught it.
Alright, we go to Jack's ship.
Okay, as you approach the ship, several crew hands, going back and forth, kind of working, prepping things, tying stuff up, kind of stowing things, and one of them looks down. And he's like, "What do you want?"
We're here to see Jack.
You'll find her in the inn then.
Alright. Let's go. We head in.
Belina is not heading to the inn,
Okay, where is Belina heading to?
towards the outskirts of town.
Okay.
Do
So
I
let me,
roll to sneak off?
yeah.
Okay. God damn it. I don't want the whole character sheet. I want the stealth check, you stupid Oh my god. My mouse is acting up. It won't let me fucking select my skills. Hang on. This is. There we go. Okay.
All right, so you kind of slip away from the group without anyone really noticing as you slip off towards the headed towards the outskirts up in the kind of northern region, while the rest of the party makes their way down towards the Crooked Cup. As you guys enter the tavern, uh, it's kind of you know alive. Uh, you've got multiple people kind of chilling out, people busy, some afternoon drinking going on, some clattering here and there, and you see Left Hand Jack kind of sitting at the bar, nursing a beer in hand. The one-legged half orc guard is there with her, and you see a kind of small halfling at her side, and he turns as you enter, and you just see this seething like anger and rage as this one-handed halfling stares at you with utter contempt, and he kind of grits his teeth as he says something under his breath to Left Hand Jack. You recognize this halfling as Cliff Silvertongue, the halfling who lost his hand when you all fought him on the cliff, and Left Hand Jack took his hand from him for betraying her orders in escorting you safely. And Jack turns around as he mutters, and she sees you, and she quickly waves you over to the bar.
Is there a seat by her?
There is once Cliff gets off it and kind of moves to the other side away.
Perfect. I'll take his seat.
So you fuckers have good news for me.
Well, we have some leads, but the news is just news. It's not really good or bad.
What the fuck have you been doing the last 2 or 3 months?
Well, first we laid low, but then we also killed lots of giants, and then the Empire sent people to attack us, and we had to kill them, and then we went to that temple place thing that you talked about. But um, as it turns out, at the temple place thing, there was a really old man there who was losing his mind. But he did say that there were other people that had gone to the temple before us that were looking for something, and I can't remember what they were.
Korg, I swear to the fucking aspects, if I came all the way here for no fucking reason, I'm gonna
Oh,
take that fucking ship back.
I remember. No, I remember something. There were those stone things with water symbols and stuff on them. Does that sound right?
She looks at you, she's like, yeah, it's the fucking sigil that I hired you to get on your first job.
Yes, that one. Haha. Um, turns out at the temple, you need to take that rock to the temple.
Fucking do what?
I I don't know what to do with it. You take it to the temple, and then maybe the old
They
man.
appear to be keystones.
Oh, right, keystones. Yes.
Finally, someone with some fucking sense, Johannes. So what did you learn at the temple?
That there are some Empire people who are trying to get in but have not managed to get in yet.
The gatekeeper there claims that it holds the secrets of creation.
Now we're talking. What else did you learn?
That if you hit the door really hard with your maul, it won't open.
I don't give a fuck about that. Did you find anything else about the people that were hunting for these sigils? The people that killed our captain, Korg?
Well, they were the same people who blowed up that ship that we first tried to steal, and it killed your first worker guy.
Well, don't forget that they attacked us in the mountains.
Yeah, but that was different peoples, but they're also Empire peoples.
They're the same.
Did you ask them any questions?
Well, we didn't get to see them. They had come before we got there.
No,
Did,
I'm not there. I can't
did
freaking
you
help.
find out anything about why they killed our captain?
Well, I mean, they weren't there when we went to the temple. They had come before we got
But you
there,
just
but
said
left
that
before we got there.
you just said they tracked you in the mountains. That's what your jaw just fucking said.
But those were different people.
Captain, they belong to the same group.
Oh, I didn't even know that part.
What the fuck? I'm starting to
From
think it
what
was a
I
fucking mistake.
understand, they are, from what I understand, and bear with me if I'm wrong because I was not with you at the beginning of this. They are attempting to gain the stones that your previous captain and now you have. Those stones will grant them access into this location that supposedly holds the secrets of creation and the primordials and will basically grant them far greater powers than anything the Empire has had available to date.
Uh,
And they
Primal magic.
know they
Yeah,
know some
right.
of our allies because they tracked down one of our friends, and they said that they paid them to find us. So they are looking for us by tracking down people that they know that we were working with.
Like who?
Do you remember Dark Storm?
Yeah, the black cat that had a sick personality. I liked her.
We did too, but during the rescue of Drazar's father, the
She sold us out.
she didn't make it out of the place, and I guess that they paid her lots of money to find us.
Well, sounds like that's a problem I'll have to take care of.
Yeah, we could kill all of the entire Empire people, and then they can't pay them to find us anymore.
Or we just killed Darkstorm.
Or we don't need. Well,
She
yeah,
sold us out,
maybe
Korg.
she did sell us out, but she just probably did it for money, and that's just what they said. But they are liars. What if they hurt her? That's what the man when he said it took some convincing, and it made it sound like he had hurt her. Maybe they really did hurt her.
So what you're telling me is that these fucking bastards are killing the people we care about in order to unlock some ancient primal fucking key to creation?
Yes, just that is what we think is happening. But
Fuck.
that's only the bad news.
What the fuck's the good news?
Well, those people that we killed in the mountains, they had very good loot on them, and I think that you'll be very happy with what we brought you.
What did you bring?
They had this kind of smaller ship. It doesn't hold a lot of people, but it moves really, really, really fast along, much like way faster than any of the ships I've been on before.
Are you telling me you got your hands on a fucking Aether skiff from the Empire?
I don't know what it is called, but if that is, then yes, that's what we got our hands on.
And these fucking bastards had one.
They that is what they used to get to us so quickly.
What the fuck? Only high ranking people in the Empire have access to that shit.
Oh, we pissed
Well,
somebody off.
yeah, somebody has their eyes on us. I mean, we did kind of seduce the the prince and then rob him. Maybe it was him.
Sounds like he's pulling a lot of extra fucking strings with whoever these people are to outfit them with such equipment.
Probably. But
But at least
as
now
per
one
our
of those
agreement,
skiffs is.
oh sorry, what?
I was just saying that at least now one of those skiffs belongs to Jack.
Yeah, as per our agreement, the 10% of what we've been earning is yours, and the skiff belongs to you.
Alright. We'll load it up on the Crimson Hand later today. Belina, as you
Yep.
approach the outskirts of town, you notice things start to get a lot dingier, grubbier. You start to kind of leave some of these kind of ramshackle, whitewashed um, buildings behind. As you start to kind of get closer towards the tree line, there's a whole bunch of like dirty tarps and tents, and you just see several groups of Lapine kind of huddled together. They're wearing kind of rags. Their fur is matted, coated in mud and dirt. They look pretty wretched, um, kind of lost and kind of staring kind of blankly off. Several of them seem to have kind of like thick coughs that won't go away, kind of wheezing gasps. Um, and they kind of glare at you as you start to kind of move among them.
Okay, I'm gonna look around. Are any of them like any of the? Is there like a group of children, perhaps?
Yeah, you can see several kind of groups of small children kind of moving around. They tend to stick in groups of three or four as they migrate around the region.
Okay. I'm gonna approach one of the groups of children, and I'm gonna crouch down. Uh, and I'm gonna ask, who's the current chieftain?
So the kids kind of look up at you, but you still kind of got your cloak drawn
Yeah,
down. It's
I'm.
hard to make sense. So they're
But
they're kind of like
I'm gonna speak in Sylvan to them,
okay.
and and
So they look at you kind of curiously, speaking in Sylvan, and one of them kind of points over towards a grouping of what looks to be um, like a very patched together kind of tent, kind of in the distance. It's a little bit taller than some of the other ones, and then And as you kind of look over there, the kids bump into you and then kind of scatter off.
I'm going to check and see if my purse is still on me.
Your purse is still on you.
All right. Is
How
anything missing?
you do notice that it appears that the drawstring has been tampered with, and there's about 11 gold pieces missing from your pouch.
I go ahead and remove nine more, and I just set them on the ground right where I was, and I start walking towards the large tent.
As you
So
start to
that's
walk away, you
minus
notice the kids
20.
kind of rush. Several of the adults kind of get in, and you see several Lepine kind of fighting and punching each other over the gold
I
that you
turn
left on the
around and
ground.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna I'm gonna say there's no reason to fight over this money.
So they pretty much uh roll a persuasion check.
Okay, persuasion skill. Is it going to actually fucking work? God, I hate. Sometimes my mouse just stops working. Like I'll be in the middle of doing something, and all of a
I
sudden
like
it'll
to
do
put
something else.
all my skills on my hotbar
I
when I hold the
know.
shift key, and then you just it works amazing.
Yeah, I would love to do that, but when I try and drag them down to the hot bar, I lose grip on them and they don't go to the hot bar.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's the problem I'm having right now. It's being that stubborn. Oof. Fucking two.
So they ignore you as you try to calm down the crowd, and
Okay.
several of the adults start like kind of kicking the children away and scooping up the gold coins, even with
I
like the mud and
will.
muck. And then the crowd kind of starts to scatter as they scramble up the last of the gold coins.
Oh, that's not what I want to do. God damn it, this stupid thing. Hate this. Um, I'm going to cast heat metal on the coins.
Okay. Uh, can you do multiple coins or only one coin for
God
heat
damn it.
metal?
Let me. I have to
I
read
think
this.
it's a singular
Choose
object.
a manufactured metal object, such as. Okay,
Yeah,
so it
it's
have to be
just
a single coin.
one
That's
coin.
fucking useless. Why can't you just do a pile of coins? Ah,
Do you still want to do that?
no.
Okay.
I sigh and I go and break them up. And I was trying to do it. I should have said I should. I should have. God damn it! That pisses me off to no end. I go and I try and break them up, and I try and rescue the kids from the kicking assholes.
Yeah,
It,
so the group scatters. Most of the gold's gone. Several of the kids are kind of like laying in the mud um, as some of the more adults kind of disappear into the crowd. You manage to throw a few of them off, uh, but for the most part, it was over pretty quick, happened pretty fast.
I apologize to the children. I didn't mean for that to happen.
They make
Here,
a gesture that would be considered rude in Lapine society, and then like rush
well,
off.
before they rush off, I said I didn't mean for that to happen.
Okay.
Here, these are for you, and I'm going to hand them each 5 gold. Slight under the table, sleight of hand ish, so that nobody else sees it,
Yeah, make a sleight of
and
hand check.
then I'll Do they look hurt, or are they okay?
They're okay, just a little trampled down. Yeah, nobody sees you slip them the coins.
Okay. So there's three of them. So that's another
They just
15.
take it. They take it and they rush off though. They don't even like say anything.
All right. Um. So. All right. So I do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and continue heading towards the tent where they
Exactly.
pointed me towards.
You approach the kind of larger tent area. You see two male Lapine. They stand a little more um, erect and upright. They don't have weapons with them, but your familiarity with society, you can tell they were probably former guards in some way, shape, or form. They stand as though they'd be holding a halberd in their hands if they were armed, kind of deal, and they look at you kind of, and they cross their arms as you approach.
Um. I lower my hood.
They're kind of look. They are taken aback seeing this Lapine not covered in shit and mud and dressed very fine, and you know you're a stunning specimen of your kind.
I tend to
And
be.
in Silva, and they're like, "Where are you from?"
Not your Warren, and I'm sorry that this has happened to you. May I please have an audience with the chief?
We have no Warren anymore.
I know, and I would hope to try and fix that while I'm here.
He kind of nods and holds the tet flat pass for you. Kind of, you hear him kind of yelling. He's like, "Visitor for you, chieftain."
So I enter in,
So the
and I
tent is sparsely decorated, old kind of crates used for chairs, kind of deal. Dirty, not well maintained, and there's a very elder Lapine within there. His fur's gone to gray, a little bedraggled, but he's sitting there. He kind of looks up, one eye's kind of blind at this point in time, just from advanced age. He's like, "Welcome, young one. You are not of my warren.
no,
What
I
can
know
I
I'm
do
not.
for you?"
It's what I want to be able to do for you. I know what has caused this tragedy to befall your Warren, and I want to help.
What could you do, child? A pretty face and good clothing will not stop the advance of the Empire. It will not
I'm
give us back our tunnels and our home.
I'm currently on a quest to try and and hopefully eventually remove the overarching evil that has come from the Empire. The group that I'm with is working very hard on uncovering many of the secrets that the Empire has been behind and trying to subvert them in any way. But when I arrived down here on the mainland, as it were, um, and I discovered your plight, I had to come see you. First opportunity that I was given. It, is it true that people have been kidnapped by our brethren?
Some of the rumors you hear may be true. Kidnapping is not among them that I know of.
I wouldn't think so.
The Warren has fallen to ill repute of late. We cannot find work. We cannot find jobs.
No.
The people what was once a society that cared for each other and sought harmony with one another now finds itself in the dredges of society. Some have turned from our ways.
Yes, I've witnessed as much myself, unfortunately.
There is
We,
more savagery among the Warren than there used to be.
yeah,
Some have
I,
turned to robbing and assault, which only makes things worse within the town.
yes, I understand. I hate it as such. If I were to find a, is the Empire still in the Warrens? Did they
They
not find?
left, but not with a dire warning. When they collapsed the tunnels and drove us from our homes, we lost many of our best warriors in the attempt. Their magics and technology were too great for us to bear. They left a proclamation from the mayor of Salash that those within the region would either live in Salash or face extermination by the Empire for
Why would they
choosing
not?
to live outside the boundaries of this town.
Wait,
If we leave, they have said that their dreadnoughts will come and eliminate the rest of us.
wait. So they don't want you to go back? They're keeping you out of the Warrens, even though they've left?
Yes,
That makes no sense. What purpose? What would they gain by wasting the manpower to keep you from returning when they found nothing that they were seeking? Unless they did find something.
they did not find what they came searching for. My only guess is that they seek to punish our people in some way. The mayor blames us for the mines running dry that the Empire used to
So
draw from.
it doesn't make any sense. It gives them no advantage whatsoever to prevent you from returning to a empty set of tunnels that provide them no resources. It costs them more to try and keep you here.
I can't speak to the cruelty and depravity of the mayor, but I will say that it is not uncommon for some of our younger women to go disappearing day by day.
Ah,
The
that makes more sense. All
rumors
right,
say that they are disappearing into the mayor's mansion.
this is fortunate and not completely unheard of. Um, I don't know if I'll be able to completely help, but I promise that I will look into this.
Anything you could do. We just want to go home.
I understand.
The rest of the zoo crew in the inn. What are you doing?
Uh, I mean, are we finished with Jack?
I don't
Yes.
think so.
Well, you're not necessarily finished. Uh,
Yeah. Okay.
you've sort of explained what's going on to Left Hand Jack and offered her the ship.
Okay.
She still
Um.
has the sigils and
Yes, that was the next thing we were gonna do. So Jack, with the rocks that have the different like waters and stuff on them, Those are supposed to be like, I think, Johanna, they were, what are they called?
They're basically keystones. They're
They're rock.
stones that are keys to these doors.
Yes, they are rock keys that we need to be able to get through the temple and get whatever it is that the Empire is looking for. And if we can get it before they can get it, then maybe we can disrupt all that they're trying to do.
So they want to
But
fucking steal the power of creation for us. I like
oh
the way you fucking
yeah,
think, Korg.
that
You
yeah,
get
that is exactly what I said. Yeah.
so these two keys are gonna get us what we need.
Well, there were more than two, right, Johannen? There was like at least there was like three.
I
Or
really shouldn't
more.
have flipped them out. My brain's not with me.
There was five.
Okay, yeah, it was five. I couldn't remember. Player couldn't remember if it was five or six. By the
It's
time we
five.
got to that point
There was
last session, I was
there was
literally falling
five.
asleep.
So there's
There was
five in a
five.
circle, and then there was a symbol in the middle where all five met together.
Okay, so I relay that information to Jack because Johannan was awake. Player was not.
So Jack, we need to find the other um ones that we don't have. I don't remember what ones we had. But we need to find those other ones so that we can get all of them.
Well, um, if you both remember, it looked like that there was also five different doors.
Yes. But I don't. We
There's
need to go into all those doors.
there's doors as well.
Yeah, each. Oh, I'm not there to explain. Jet. Okay.
Yes, the stones are keys to the doors.
So you need 5 keys.
No, we need five rocks.
No, five of the primal stones, of some of which we already have.
Yes. We
Just
need.
those rocks with the pictures on them. We need five of those.
Do you have the fucking map that I gave you?
Of course, I have it right here. I'll pull it out. Is it me that has it? I don't even know.
Johnny has it.
We have it safely secured on our ship for as to not lose it.
Okay. Uh, so she kind of looks at you. She's like, "Well, get the fucking map. I think I got an idea."
Okay, I will run as fast as I can to get to the map.
And she snaps her fingers as you get ready to leave, and she points at Cliff. She's like, "Go get the lockbox from my cabin. It's got the fucking uh sigils in it. Those fucking rocks." He kind of glares, and he leaves the tavern with you, just in just silence. But you can feel like the anger and kind of malevolence coming off of him as
We all feel the anger malevolence.
Korg does.
Okay.
Cliff, I haven't seen you since your hand was chopped off. How are you doing?
Go. I want you to just go fuck yourself, you mangy fucking turtle.
Uh, that is, I'm pretty sure that's not possible.
You know damn fucking well I didn't deserve to have this happen to me. It's all your fucking fault. Swear to
That
God, the minute Left Hand Jack's done with you, I'm gonna fucking chop off both your hands. And every single one of your fucking crewmates, too. That's gonna be slow. That's gonna be fucking painful.
the mood kind of shifts from jokingly to not so happy. Um, Look, Cliff, I don't really care how do you feel about me, but don't threaten my crew. That's not that's not okay.
Now go fuck yourself, you fucking turtle bastard.
All right. Are we going to do a round two right here in the streets? Arm wrestle. Let's go. Oh wait, you can't. You can't do it. I forgot. My bad.
I can still beat you even with one arm like I beat your fucking ass on that cliff again.
What you call beating is called the element of surprise. Plus, you get really angry over such little things.
I seem
Like
to remember the last time you called me a little bastard, I pushed you off a fucking cliff.
it just, I mean, the cliff. It just seems to me that the tiniest things can set you off.
He just ignores you.
It's okay, Cliff. Look, no hard feelings from me anyway. Just, maybe calm down a little bit.
He branches off to go to his boat and he ignores you.
Okay, all right. Just going to get my stuff. I'll get back.
You get on the ship, uh, ask Johnny for the map. Johnny, hands it over to you. Curious about what's going on.
Oh, Johnny, we are getting things from Jack. She has a plan and she needs the map, but we need rocks too. So,
The map.
um,
The map.
what?
Nothing.
Oh, but
Keep going, door.
uh, we will get the map done, things for um for I don't really know what her plan is, but she has a plan, and then we'll do what her plan is, and then we'll take down the empire, and everything will be great.
There's a place you need to go.
Johnny,
Swiping.
what?
Johnny's Johnny. He's like, oh, okay. And he gives you the map, and you take off.
I must have missed this
You
joke.
can tell exactly who the parents are.
He is a parent. I don't know how he's not getting this.
How did you not get the swiping
Don't-
and swiping?
I mean, I get it, but I don't understand the swiping part.
We're talking about it's the
Dora.
map.
Dora the
I've never in my life
Explorer,
watched
the
even one
map.
So-
episode of Dora the Explorer.
First, we're gonna go to the Empire. Then, we're gonna go over the bridge. Finally,
The blue bridge.
oh, the Blue Bridge.
I've
Yes,
literally, I've
Yes.
literally never seen one episode of Dora the Explorer.
fail.
You can count yourself lucky.
You lucky
Oh
man.
my god. So many episodes.
I've never seen it. My kids never got into it.
Well, it was a Dora reference. It's the map. It's the map.
Oh. All right.
There's a place you gotta go. I'm the one. No, I'm the map.
All right. Belina,
Okay, good luck with that, Johnny.
as
Um,
they head back to the inn, what are you up?
I'm gonna go ahead and I will look into the disappearances and try and figure out a way to get them home to their warrens to the best of my abilities. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hood back up and make my way back to towards the east,
Where are you going?
back to the inn. the
Okay.
Crooked Cup.
Alright.
Start heading that.
You'll
direction.
arrive at the Crooked Cup in time to see Korg enter, and shortly behind Korg, the small little one-armed halfling carrying like a small little lockbox under his arm, and he's just like this angry little. He kind of kicks the door and goes in. You don't necessarily know
I thought
who
Leprechaun's
this guy
supposed
is,
to be happy.
but he doesn't look like a happy one-armed halfling. He's missing his left hand.
That's unfortunate.
And then as you walk in, you see Korg, sitting back down at this bar next to left hand Jack, and then the halfling kind of walks up and hands Jack this box as you approach the party. And you guys all, Belina's there. What? You didn't even know she was gone.
No idea. No,
I
been
assume
here
she
the
was
whole
just in
time.
the back of the bar the whole time.
Whole time. Trying not to get noticed because they don't like bunnies here.
Pulling a strider.
So Jack kind of takes the map and she holds it out and she points to the upper right corner where you see this set of sigils that Johnny had noticed immediately, and what prompted Johnny to take the map were these ancient symbols, and a couple of them match up to the stones that you have in your possession.
Do the other ones look like more of the symbols that were on the pedestal?
So the pedestals themselves didn't really have these symbols on them. It just had kind of ancient primordial writings
Oh, that's
and
right.
some strange writing in the upper corner that was not based in primordial, but was some other strange writing. But these sigils, these symbols here, kind of match what you guys found in the past. These two stones.
Oh, I see. Water, earth, wind, fire, everything was fine.
What's the fifth one, though?
The Fire Nation.
No, there's a fifth element.
Ha!
Is it Lilu?
Yes,
It's
it's
called Lilu.
Lulu.
We're calling it Lilu now.
It's soul, right? Or life.
Today is Pop Culture Reference Day.
I would just like to say, at least we are doing the Eastern or the Western four elements rather than the Eastern five elements, because then we'd have to worry about the sixth element and just friendship.
What's wrong with
But friendship
friendship?
is magic.
Obviously, but you guys don't understand. It's earth, wind, fire, water,
Heart.
heart.
Yeah.
Heart. Oh, and with these powers
That's what I said.
combined,
Heart. I said heart earlier. Yeah.
Captain Icarius.
We're
He's the hero.
gonna deal with Captain Planet
Gonna
now. Okay.
gonna take the empire down to zero.
They do pollute a lot.
Yeah.
You remember that
Anyways,
ship?
so and she points to them. She's like, the reason I found this map so fucking interesting was that this symbol up here in the upper left corner. The map has these four symbols drawn on it, and they matched up what happened when they took out the our captain's ship 3 years ago in this sigil that I found. When I heard rumor that the Aether Sprite had one of these strange carved rocks, and I hired you to go get it. I fucking confirmed. It has the same fucking symbol that was on this fucking map. That's why I asked you to check out this lost fucking temple. I think there's at least two more stones that have these fucking symbols on them. But you said there were five.
five.
Yes.
Yes,
There,
five.
well, there were 5 whole doors.
Five holes associated with five doors. All one of the
What is
holes
your
had the primordial fire. One of the holes had the primordial water. Right?
There's no fifth fucking symbol on this map. What the fuck could that be?
Could
I'll
it?
bet it's the good times that you have collecting all of the other elements.
Could it be
That's
blood?
fucking retarded, Korg.
Like the
It
last.
could be.
Uh, could we find the final element in the temple itself? Open 4 doors, find the fifth piece. Because
What if
mm,
what if the fifth one is the creation one?
What if the fifth one is Aether?
Could be Aether. Yeah,
It is
that's a good
magic.
idea.
It's magic in itself in the most pure elemental form.
Yes, it has to be it.
Makes a lot of fucking sense. Aether's all
I'm
around us. It's in the fucking air. It infuses the land we walk on, the ships we fly in.
see all of the wonderful experiences that we have gathering them.
For oh, Johnny's not here, so Johnny would know. But Johnny's not here. He's on the ship.
But Johnny doesn't know. Don't tell Johnny.
Yeah.
Wow. How many how many references do we fit into one episode? Let's
I
know.
mean, you called the gosh darn episode the reunion.
There, there's
Yeah.
a good chance that the fifth element could be Aether. You don't really know. You have a ancient, interested archaeologist type companion who's interested in the creation myths and histories and stories of the world on your boat. Maybe in the next couple days, you might have more.
Hmm.
But he's on the boat.
I'm
He's
on a
on the
boat,
boat.
motherfucker. Take a look at
The
me. Sorry.
Tsar's dad.
Ooh.
I heard there's a Catalina wine mixer
Oh
in
god.
Salash in a few days.
Oh, the Catalina wine
Oh,
mixer. Oh no.
you can't miss that. We'll have to
You
stay.
gotta pay.
I,
Yeah,
we're
we'll
so
just
off.
have to stay.
We're so off subject now. Okay.
Anyways, back to um. So, are we going to? Do we have another place to go to look for more symbols, more sigils, more keystones? Any ideas where we could
Well,
go?
according to the map that we have, or
They're
this
all in the
drawing,
upper right corner.
we are
Yes, we know,
missing
Cord.
this world one, and we're missing this other swirled one with the weird lines around it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they can all be found in the upper right corner. Yes, we know.
Or the upper right
No,
corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that other one is the bottom right corner. I'm so confused. Look, all I know is that we have to find either the swirl symbols, which has to be like maybe water,
No,
and this
we have
other one
water.
that looks like maybe a beholder's eye.
You what?
I'm contributing, okay? Let's see
You
you do better. What's your theories?
okay? We have the one with the wave.
His theory was the
The wave
Aether.
is water. We have the one with the flames, right? That's the fire, right?
Yes.
We're missing the if it's going off regular four elements, we're missing wind, which the three swirlies is obviously wind, and then
Yes.
we're missing earth, which is looks like a mountain with a
Oh,
swirl on it.
so we have to go back to the mountain from that one island we were on.
But there's so many mountains. How do you know it's that one?
That's the only mountains I have been to recently.
Why don't we ask Johnny? He had the map.
That's a good idea.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll go ask Johnny right now. Here, give me the map.
Jack, do you have any ideas?
Took me 3 fucking years to find this other symbol.
Oof.
It's, they're not fucking easy to find. And if they were, maybe it's a good thing they're not fucking easy to find. Because, we'd all be dead.
Because
Probably.
the Empire would have found them.
Look,
Yes, would be
Didn't
bad.
so
didn't the
Johnny
Empire
takes the
already
men.
have one of these?
Well,
She goes, "Do you know where did you find the second one?"
on the people at the
There,
party.
there was a merchant vessel by the name of the Aether Sprite that I got word was transporting some special cargo across the Empire in order to deliver it to
Do we have
and I heard that these strange members were trying to make a move for that cargo.
do we know where
Cultists?
the cargo originated from?
Some noble's house deep within the heart of the Empire. Quite frankly, I just got fucking lucky. If I hadn't heard that some other people were trying to strike the Aether Sprites and sent my own people to take the Aether Sprite before they got there, probably never would have fucking found it. But it's not like I can walk into any fucking city library and do research. One of the most wanted fucking people in the Empire right now.
Wait, I thought you had two personas.
Yeah, but how often can a disgraced noble's daughter make a public appearance before the word gets out in high society?
Good point. Well, I mean,
But
there's always
is
the.
going to a library really a public appearance?
When you're a
They are,
noble in the Empire, everything's public.
well, they are called
It's
public
fair.
libraries.
But some of the libraries aren't public. Some of the libraries are private.
I don't go to libraries
Well,
either way, so I don't know.
Can you read?
What do I need to read?
Yes. Answered. Thank you.
I can read. I can read, like some things.
well, someone in the
You
Empire.
can read the important.
Yeah,
You
like
can read fish, and you
rum,
can read beer.
Guys,
rum. Yeah, I can read
Rum.
that one.
guys, someone
Huh?
in the Empire is trying to track us down. Why don't we
Yes.
use that to our advantage?
Well, what say they track us down and carry one of the bones? What are the chances? It's not good.
Well,
They
they
come
Because
try
the
and kill us
last
again.
time that we tried to just fight against these guys, they were really strong and we
well,
almost lost some people.
we didn't even get to talk to them because somebody attacked them outright.
Yeah, well, they were saying that they were hurting my crew.
They never said that.
It was very heavily implied.
No, it just said
I
they got.
also thought that they were hurting crew.
It was very, very, very heavily implied.
Even still,
Trezor,
there will
look,
be
maybe
more.
you don't care that much, but if somebody came to me and said, your bird
That one?
friend, I only had to hurt him a little bit, it would make me frustrated and I would want to hit them. I'm glad that you don't care that much about Darkstorm, but she was my friend.
That's not what I'm saying.
Gentlemen, can we finish hearing Drazar's idea? I think I understand where he is going with this.
I'm
What has
saying,
already happened has
yeah,
already happened. It was unfortunate on multiple aspects, but it has happened before. It is in the past. Now let Drazar finish with his idea, please, on what we can do in the future to allow us to obtain these stones.
some of these people clearly know what they do, or clearly know what they intend to do with the stones. We need to figure out how to talk to them so we know where to look or what they end up doing in the end.
So
An
you
ambush
want
of say.
so you want to use us as bait, make them come look for us again, but we'll be ready for them because we know they're coming. So we trap them instead of them trap us,
Well, I
and
think
we interrogate them.
yes, I think we should just assume that they are coming for us from this point on.
But mm,
I don't personally like the idea of my friends getting hurt. So putting them out there for what is it? What your idea sounds like is like kind of like bait. Doesn't sound like the best idea to me. But if everybody else is on board, then
Mm,
Well, it's not bait if it's we're already going to be attacked.
How did they fucking find you in the first place? It's not like Darkstorm knew where you were at.
no, they said they scry.
is that what they said? I
Yeah.
don't remember that part.
They
They got close with Storm's guidance and then used the rest magic
they
for the rest of it.
yeah, they went to the places that had sightings of us, and they used what they knew of us to try and scry where we were, and came to our location by that really fast boat.
Well, it we do stand out really badly. We're not exactly like, the casual person you see on the street.
Yes, it's not like we can look like anyone we want to.
You're not all blessed with some of my own gifts. She kind of winks and she touches her earring. She kind of slowly, like, her tattoos fade away and she looks a little different to appearance.
Yeah,
She's like, that's what's fucking missing from you. You need to get better outfitted. You need better fucking gear. Fucking
we've.
Empire's hunting you. Who knows who the fuck these people are? They're hunting you.
It seems like some type of cult where
The Empire and them might be fucking working together for all we found when we found those letters on the fucking prince. Looks like he's working with these fire sworn bastards, whoever they
yes,
fucking
it
are.
was.
Did the
It
people
was
that attack you in the mountain, were they the fire bastards too?
no, they were Earth. They were Earth based.
Then there's fucking more to it.
The Jack, have you heard anything about like um shipments or something that we might be able to, you know, take from them that might help us better outfitted?
Oh man, I told you about that fucking shipment 3 months ago, but you guys never hit it, so it got delivered.
Yeah,
So,
we weren't in a position at that time. We were more concerned with some of the other things that had come up.
what you need to do is you need to make your way inland. Get out from the outlands, move into the Empire proper. You can start buying and selling some artifacts, protect yourself from scrying. Maybe give yourself the ability to move in society a little better. But it's
Okay,
risky because you have to move into Empire territory.
okay. Well, I think that we promised to look into Johnny's thing. Um, is that closer to the Empire? Do you guys know?
We
Don't remember where Temple was.
look at the map.
So Johnny's location, it is more inland than the outlands, but it's trapped within those ancient aether storms. That you have to figure out how to navigate successfully to get there. But there is some stuff there, possibly for Johnny, keys to his ancient secret elfish order from before his soul was ripped from his body and thrown into the dark mechanical husk that he is today.
Well,
So
Uh, it's
if
deeper within Empire territory than where you're at now. Sure.
if that's along the way, then maybe we can do that while we're working our way inward.
um yeah, that's something we can do. Captain, can I talk to you?
Yes.
I kind of take him off to the side a little bit. Um, so you remember last time we came, how you said that the Lapine were all uh, a menace to society and were being had been removed from their work for stealing and stuff in the outskirts of town.
Yeah,
Well,
they're not liked here.
Yeah, I went to talk to their chief, and it's true that some of them have been stealing here, but only to survive. But the Empire isn't letting them return to their warrens. They put a writ that if the Lapine leave the outskirts of Solash, if they leave the area, that they'll be hunted down and killed instead of letting them go home, even though that's taxing on the Empire's resources. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me. But there's apparently the mayor here is corrupt and being paid directly by the Empire to and apparently also the mayor has been kidnapping young Lapine girls and nobody sees them again after he takes them. I would like, if at all possible, to try and get to the bottom of why.
You want to do that before we leave here then? Because I don't know if they'll be back here for a long times.
That's I would at least like to investigate before we go. I don't. I want to at least
Okay.
have made an attempt.
And I don't think that if we do leave here to go inward, uh, farther into the Empire territory, I don't think that we'll be back out here for a long time. Maybe we should look at that before we go, just in case
Uh,
it saves a life or two.
I would appreciate it very much, Captain.
All right. We'll discuss that with the whole crew when we get back onto the Amethyst Sky. Uh,
Okay.
but that's something we can do, I think. You want to just go kill the mayor now? We can go do it. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure you and me could do
know.
it. It
I
would
don't
only
want to
take like
kill the
one good
mayor.
solid swing from my hammer.
I think if we can put him in a position that um, reverses the Empire's directive, if we can force him to um, sign documents that release the Lapine from the the restriction and and get him to let the other Lapine go, then he'll be bound to to. Uh,
Oh, so you want to
I'd
forge
like
more documents?
Drazar and Drazar's father to make some documents up. I think I have an idea of how to get him to sign them.
Okay, we can try that. Let's discuss with the whole crew when we're done here with Jack.
Okay.
All right. Um. Okay. So Jack, do you plan to stay here for a while? Is this like the new place to find you? If we head inward, will we be able to come back out here later to find you?
Fuck no, I'm not staying here.
Then,
Some shithole whitewashed piece of trash village. Fuck that.
do you want to keep hold of these runes for safety, and we will keep looking for the other ones, or do you want us to just keep them now and start moving forward?
Let's split them up. You take one, and I'll take one. In case something happens to either of us, at least they're both not lost. And then if you figure out what maybe one of them does, you can go back to the temple, try it out,
Okay.
figure out what you want to do with them.
Are we
Okay.
splitting ways so we could both look for stones, or just we're trying to find them all ourselves and reporting back?
I'll head back, uh, search out some of my contacts in the fleet, send some people out, see if they can find anything. If I hear anything, I'll reach out to you and let you know.
Cool.
Okay.
Ah,
Then
I'll tell you what. Let's let's set a date. If you haven't heard from me in 2 months' time, uh, there's an old gnomish island. Uh, it's a little bit inland. but they're known for some tricky gadgets. Make some nice aether engines. They dabble a little bit with some of my crew. It's on the island of Burnsal. It's 2 months time. If you haven't heard from me, let's meet up there, compare notes, and see where we're at.
Okay.
Johanna nods in agreement.
Which stone do
Um,
you want?
we'll just take the. You guys want the water one? We haven't. Well, we
Cork,
haven't ran into water people yet, right?
we have not.
Well, there's that lady in the lake.
Yes. Don't
How
go running into lakes. It's bad for your health.
She was totally a cultist.
There's nothing that says she
I would,
wasn't.
given that we know that they are tracking us and they currently do have the ability to scry us, if we hold the water one and the water faction finds us, perhaps we will be able to use them to learn how it functions.
I like that idea.
Okay,
So
then we'll
perhaps we
take the
should hold
water
the
one.
water one, if that makes sense to you, Jack.
It makes Jaff safer, I think.
Fine. Doesn't fucking matter to me.
Okay. Then the only thing left after we got this one is to get you your new. You called it a scooter.
What?
Skiff.
The
Oh,
scooter.
it was a skiff. That's what it was.
We need to go
Oh,
get
the
it.
fucking aether skiff.
Yeah, we'll get
Oh
it.
yeah, I already fucking sent men.
Oh, good. Then that is all taken care of too.
All right. Well, looks like we made some fucking progress.
All right, we'll keep tracking it down and find some answers and get a little bit safer, uh, disguises or something, or better armored, and then stick with the plan that you talked about.
You need to find some way to prevent them from tracking you. And you need to
Okay.
find and you need to figure out where you can learn more about these fucking sigils. So we can track down where these other ones are. And aspects only know what the fuck the fifth one looks like. Bastards didn't draw it on the map.
Okay. Then
What the fuck are you still doing here?
yeah, I want to take.
Getting a drink.
Sorry, I want to take the guys and head back to the Amethyst Sky real quick.
Alright. So you guys are taking off.
Yep, to the Amethyst Sky with the. Who wants to hold um the actual symbol? Just give it
You,
to.
you've got the bag of holding.
Yeah, you want me to hold it?
Why don't you? Yeah, why don't you put it in the belt pouch so we don't have to worry about it disappearing?
Ooh.
Make it a taco.
Okay.
That would be Drazar then.
Yep, Jazar.
Alright. It's going in pouch number 5. Grab it. Put it
You have
to
to
the
say the
pouch.
words.
I'm holding it at the same time. Fish tacos!
And poof, it goes right in to pocket number 5.
Okay. And then we head back to the Amethyst Sky.
Alright.
Uh, take everyone in the captain's quarters, and I guess technically Johnny will be in there with us as we discuss it.
Yeah.
So Belina brought up something. I guess at Some point today, she managed to leave us. I didn't. I She thought she was there the whole time, but apparently she went on her own little excursion. But she found some more stuff about all of her race, and you know how they're very hated here. Um, the Empire is not letting them go home, and it's forcing them to stay here. And then also the mayor is bad, and he's kidnapping little Lapine girls, which makes him probably like evil or something, because they're not coming back. But we should look into it before we leave here, because we might not be back here maybe for quite a long time, and that's a lot of potential, you know, suffering and dead Lapine. What do you
Of
guys think?
course. No,
Well, what
no
can we do?
children should suffer. No children should suffer.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
What?
Sad. Um, do you guys mind if we look into that a little bit before we leave here?
I don't.
Um,
I think we really should.
Belina had a really good idea too. What were you gonna do? Something about forging documents or something?
Yeah. So basically, the only thing that's keeping them here is a written law that says they're not allowed to leave on pain of death. They'll be hunted down. If we can write up a new document um, that is got the Empire seal and all the other stuff, because the Empire's not down here right now, except for the corrupt mayor. If we could write up a new document with the Empire's seal that says the movement ban on the Lapine is lifted, they're a drain on resources, and keeping track of them is no longer uh, worthwhile for us, and then have the mayor sign off on it, then they'll be able to go home and not be hunted.
Okay.
So, um, and then we can also write up one or look into the disappearance of the girls at the same time and deal with that problem as well. They're supposed to be um,
Why would
enslaved.
the Empire refuse to let them return if there's nothing there for them?
I
If
don't
there's nothing that
know.
benefits the Empire?
I think perhaps this corrupt politician convinced the empire to keep them so they could keep taking advantage of the young girls.
Either that or they're hiding something in the old Warrens, or
That
both.
too. We can, I mean, we can check that too. That's a possibility. We can go explore the Warrens and find out if there's something there they're hiding. Um,
I think it would make my personal thought, as much as I want to make sure that those girls get out as quickly as possible, I'd want to know if there's something the Empire is hiding in the Warrens. I'd rather not send them back to a more dangerous area
yeah,
unprepared.
I agree, and I had thought about doing that too, but I wanted to express my idea about getting them free from here. But yeah, the chieftain insisted that there was nothing in the warrants that the empire was able to find or want. But the
But with the no offense, but what the Lapine find valuable and what the Empire would find of use to itself.
yeah,
Who do we need to forge, and what do we need to kill? Sorry,
so
scratch that. Reverse it.
Yeah, what?
Let's forge a document that gets everyone free and clear to travel, and let's verify that those warrens are actually a safe place, and that area is a safe place for them to return. Is that what we're all basically thinking?
yeah,
Yeah.
uh, father help with the forging, the document?
My dad's still on the boat, or well, he's
He
probably
is.
in town. I don't know. He could be doing what he wants.
He's around. Your father's around.
Yeah.
You'll see him shortly. It's also a high elf wizard wandering around somewhere.
She's very
Yeah,
useful.
Well, we don't
yeah,
want to, you know,
If we
burn
didn't
her
keep
at least.
forgetting that he existed, he'd be useful.
yeah. A handy a Sylvash uh, wizard of the arcane who hates the empire.
Heaven forbid.
We're not about to give our DM or our GM a GNPC, so.
Oof.
Apparently.
Just
Ouch!
kidding! Just kidding!
Ouch!
No,
I
I'm
mean,
kidding.
I don't want to play a GM PC, but you know, hirelings.
Yeah.
Okay, so eventually, Drazar, your father, returns to the ship. You present your idea to him. Go ahead and roll a uh should be a deception check, right? Hold on.
The forging?
Me or him?
You can roll it with advantage working with your father. Well, hold on. We looked up what the forge kit was before, and now I can't remember what it was, and I have to look.
I think it was with proficiency or adding extra proficiency or something. Because it's like thieves' tools.
Forgery kit would be. You make an intelligence check with the forgery kit. Um, your intelligence check using a forgery kit determines the DC for someone else's intelligence investigation check. But you can use uh, deception to create a well-crafted forgery, such as papers proclaiming you're a noble or a writ that grants you safe passage crystallized. So it would be a deception intelligence check, I guess, instead of charisma.
Okay.
Uh, did we want to have Belina help him with that too, with her special thing?
I mean, he's already got advantage. All I can give him is
Oh,
advantage
Oh, okay.
you said advantage? Yeah.
because your father's
Yeah.
helping you.
My bad.
So
Okay.
23.
All right, so you guys kind of lock yourselves in. You explain the concept to your father of what you're trying to do, and he makes the sound of a quill scratching, and the he makes a few like clanging sounds here and noises there that kind of help guide what you're attempting to do. And you guys drum up a pretty good document full of like legalese and other various things, kind of getting the gist of Belina's statement about releasing the Lapine from their confinement in Salash, kind of revoking, saying, they're not at fault for the mining issues in the town and that they're free to return back to their homes, and they can take off, and you leave some space for the mayor's signature and the wax seal, officially making the document legally binding. Uh, Having not seen his signature or the wax seal, you wouldn't be able to forge that anyways. But it looks like a pretty passable copy. It looks like, from what
Well,
you've seen, all the text and verbiage look pretty good.
we should go look for a notice board of some kind to see if the
Well,
mayor
I,
has.
I have I have a way to actually get his
Oh, okay.
signature and seal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have like a disguise, or because you're gonna get? Wait, you're
I
supposed
am
to find him,
going
right?
to get kidnapped.
Oh, this is already a bad idea.
he
We just said we don't trade lives earlier.
no, we're not trading a life. I'll get out easy enough. But he seems to have a fondness for Lupine girls, and um, of my race, I am a rather
I think that we
good-looking
should
one.
say
But
he did say young Lapine. How old are you exactly?
I am
Pretty young, dude.
I'm an adult as a Lupine. However, in your years, I am only 15.
In my years?
Well, in human years,
How old am
uh,
I? I should know this.
I don't know, but in human years, I am only 15. But
Oh,
I'm an
I'm
adult
only
in
22.
Lupine society. Um,
All
uh,
right, and you just going to hang out here with the other Lupines until you are kidnapped, and then what? Bring him this piece of paper? How is this going to work?
well, so I have some abilities that I can use that trance him, then convince him to sign stand doc.
And he
And then
won't know afterwards that you tried to make
he
him do
won't
it?
know that he was entranced at all, or that
Okay,
I'm
Yeah.
commanding him.
okay. This is a lot of this is kind of banking on him wanting to be near you and not just wanting to use you for something in the basement that he's not around for.
I I have to try.
Yeah. Do you have a way to tell us what's happening? Like, hey, it went south. People come help me. I'm in the basement being eaten or something.
If I don't come back in a few hours from the time that I get taken in, chances are something went wrong.
So we'll just hang out and watch for you to get kidnapped.
This is after we explore the Warrens and make sure that the Empire's not actually up to something.
Okay.
Do that first, and then we'll come back and we'll them.
All right. I'll. This is a. This is your plan, and we'll follow it out the best we can.
Yep.
But you want to go check the warrants first? We can do that.
Yeah, that I want
What?
to make
Okay.
sure that they have a safe place to go back.
So what's the
Okay.
go word for when we start acting?
Um, what do you mean? Why would you guys act?
When do we get involved?
Oh, well, you're gonna be involved in checking the Warrens, and then if I don't come back after afterwards when we come back and I go in to the manor and everything, if I don't come back out in a couple hours, then hopefully you can come get me.
Okay.
All right. Well, I believe that on that note, we're gonna probably wrap things up for this session. Since heading out to explore these warrens is going to take longer than 22 minutes
Yep.
to accomplish. So we'll wrap things up to stay on our typical 2 a.m. Central Time ending time. So for those of you out in Twitch land, thanks for joining us. We will reconvene for Skies of Icarius in 2 weeks. Next week, catch Digital Dungeons returning to their Curse of Strahd campaign, GM'd by our very own Drazar player here. And then the next session of Skies of Icarius will mark a momentous occasion. It will be our 1 year anniversary for this campaign. And we'll kick that off by heading into the Lapine Warrens and seeing if maybe there's something hidden out there while we try to manipulate the mayor of this town into signing some forged documents to free these second class citizens. Thank you for joining us and have a great night. Take care.